There are a lot of questions. Let's get into this. How many kids do y'all want?
I see twins for you guys. What's crazy is
is
people
my
keep bringing that up. Yeah.
What's the biggest argument you've had in the first year of marriage? Probably 3 days ago.
Think about what I did. I'm going to put myself in timeout.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty basic. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Pretty Basic. I am your co-host, Remi Parsons.
And I'm her husband, Cal.
Yay! Welcome back to the podcast, Cal.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back, as always.
How are you doing today, my love?
I'm doing great. Yeah,
Good.
It's been a lovely morning.
It has. Well,
Yeah.
actually, we were like a little bit frazzled this morning, if we're being honest.
What happened?
We were just like running around with our heads cut off, like chickens with
That's
their
true.
heads cut off.
We're like so close to being like final stages of the new house. Then it's like, you know, there's always something going on.
I am currently waking up as we're talking on the podcast. I think I'm going to come to life. I am currently drinking a Shirley Temple Bloom energy drink, which I do have to say, I've been cutting back on my caffeine lately because a few podcast episodes back, I was talking about how I was having heart palpitations and, you know, I was just really stressed and I
Yeah.
knew caffeine wasn't good for that. So I've been cutting back and I'm only drinking energy drinks on days where I really need it, or like matcha, coffee. I'm really only having caffeine on days where like I'm really craving it or I really need it. Like today we're doing a lot of podcasts, so I need my go-go juice. But things have been good. I've been cutting back.
I mean,
And-
also, I feel like your stress levels have gone down
Yes.
significantly over like the past couple of weeks too. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like you can have as many energy drinks as you want.
Thank you, baby. Can you tell that my stress levels have come down? Am I more zen now?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm
sure.
glad to hear. Well, Cal's back on the pod. We were talking about it. I think the last time you came on was right after Abby's wedding. And
Yeah.
also, I think I said this already too, but we talked about you guys still looking for that?
You guys still looking for that?
When Cal's brother was being iconic. And I just saw your mom more recently, and she told me that she had asked your brother, like, oh, did you listen to the podcast episode? And he goes, no, why would I? I lived it. And I
Yeah.
was like, he's so real. He eats me up every single time.
She was like, hey, they talked about your sister's wedding. You should listen to it. It was really good. And he was like, but I was there.
It's so true, though. As I said, you haven't been on since last September-ish. So much in our lives have changed since then. First off, our 1-year wedding anniversary is coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
And also, in case you guys didn't know, we got married on the anniversary of the day that we met. We got married on our 6-year anniversary of our first date, which now makes that 7 years of knowing each other / 1 year of marriage coming up this weekend.
7 years is like, I feel like when you hit 7, it's like, oh, that's a big number.
It's my
That's a
favorite number
long
too.
time.
And I
Yeah.
just have to say, I know everybody's favorite number is 7, but I feel like myself and anybody else who's actually born on the 7th gets an extra gold star.
Yeah.
You know what I
You own
mean?
the number 7.
Thank you,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
No, but we're really excited. It's been such a whirlwind of a year, and so much has happened since the last time you were on the pod. We moved into our forever home together. We've been navigating our first year of marriage. You just had your 30th birthday. How was that?
It was awesome. I'm sure you guys talked all about it. It was the best weekend ever. Couldn't ask for like a crazier, better 30th birthday.
That's so
I was
fun.
not expecting that at all. It was nuts.
I talked about how at first when you were surprised, I was like, oh no. Is he happy? Like, I couldn't tell. I was scared. I was like, did I like royally fuck up?
Of course I was happy. Are you kidding me? It was just one of those things where I literally had zero inclination that anything was going to happen. So it was just it was like the shock of it all. You know what I mean? Because when you're not expecting anything like that to happen, there's a second for me to be like, okay, wait, like let's process all this, make sure it's like really happening, and then we can have fun. You know what I mean?
I completely understand. I'm
Yeah.
so happy you were happy. I feel like I didn't think that far until it happened. And when we like split off to go get ready after the big surprise, I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, I've never been the surprisee of a surprise birthday trip I don't know if this is fun for people, like for the surprisee. And then I felt so bad, but then I'm so happy you had a good time. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
How have your first couple months of being 30 been?
One sec about the surprise thing. I feel like if I or one of your friends were to try to plan a surprise party for you, you would pick up on it like immediately. Like you would find
like a truffle
something, be like, oh, there's something brewing for sure. You would know. So like there would, and plus you are so good at like finding things out and like getting people to tell you things. You're like, no, I want to know. Like I can't go forward until I know. So I need to
Rewind
know.
to our engagement, the week of our engagement, where I was like, can you just tell me?
Yeah, literally. It's like, okay, well, surprise
I'm a
is gone.
menace. I'm a menace. But yes, I agree. I'm very observant. I can pick up on little changes in environment very quickly. And then also, as the planner of the group and with people around me who don't really plan, like for instance, I knew we were getting engaged because I've planned every trip we've gone on. And then you were like, hey, I want to take you on a trip. And I was like,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'll get my white dress ready.
See, and there I didn't even have to tell you. I feel like that kind of worked out.
No, it worked out great.
Yeah.
And then I was filming my get ready with me for getting engaged in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, so how were your first couple months of being 30? Do you feel older? Do you feel a change at all?
It really is just one of those things that maybe this is a symptom of turning 30, but it's at the point where I'm like, all right, well, I'm 30 now. Like there's not, I feel like for me at least, there's no like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I guess like a sentimental emotion about it. It's just like, okay, we're 1 year older.
Really?
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's. I never really dwelled on it, I guess. So it's just like, okay, I'm 30 now. There is like that kind of feeling. I would say a couple weeks in, you're like, oh wow, it's like we're in our 30s.
Okay.
This is real.
That, yes. Also, societally, I think there's so much pressure, so much more pressure around women aging, period. But also, there's like so many conversations of women in your 30s, in your 30s, in your 30s. I feel like for men, there's really not, I mean, there's way less pressure on aging and getting older and changing and things. And then also just, I feel like there's less conversations around that.
That's very true.
And then also, it's funny though, because you're sounding like my mom. Remember when I told you I was on the phone with my mom the other day and she goes, well, in these last years of my life, I was like, you're in your early 60s. Like, why are you saying that? You can't talk like that. So that's so funny.
Yeah.
But as someone who's well into my 30s, as you know.
Well into your 30s.
I said that to him the other day. I was like, oh, I'm well into my 30s now. He's like, you're 31.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel a real shift, I think, until I turned 31. Now, the past few months, I've felt a very big shift in just so many different things. And it could be also just all the variables of our lives, just so many things changing. But I feel like it just takes a little bit of time to kick in. And then you kind of feel like, oh, and I feel like I've noticed a shift in you. I don't know if necessarily since like April, but in the past, I guess, year, I've noticed a big shift in you. So, and I guess maybe it's marriage, maybe it's getting older.
I guess, yeah, we've never talked about this, but like, what did you feel when you turned 31? Like, what was it?
It wasn't even like overnight. I was like, I'm in my 30s now. Because it's not even a conscious thought either of, oh, it's because I'm in my 30s. Or it takes me a minute where I'm like, oh, wow, I have a different outlook on this. Or, oh, wow, I'm handling this situation with a lot more grace than I normally would have. Or, oh, I have a lot more patience for this. And then I'll be like, oh, I wonder if it's because I'm now into my 30s. Which it might not be that, but I have noticed over the past few months or like the pretty much this year that I navigate things with a lot more grace than I would have before.
I feel like that also just comes with life experience in general because, early in your 20s when you're first becoming an adult, every problem feels so major because you're the one that has to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, like if this problem needs to go away right now or my life is going to fall apart. But when you're like 10 years of that, it's like, oh, okay, a problem, it'll be fine. We can... It can be half fixed, and it'll be okay.
Yeah,
everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, you're right. Alicia and I just did an episode more recently where we played this game like, would you be offended if? And so the questions were like, would you be offended if your friends didn't post for your birthday, or would you be offended if your crush was liking other people's photos, like things like that. And so many of them we were like, no, right now. But if you had asked us the same question 10 years ago,
So true.
completely different answer.
Yeah.
5 years ago, 2 years ago. But that's on growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of growth, as I said, so many things have changed, and we have a lot of questions from you guys that we asked you to ask us on our Instagram. So if you guys don't follow our Instagram, check it out. Pretty Basic Official. The bloom has officially kicked in, everybody. I want everyone to know. I felt the mental shift.
There it is.
I felt it, and I didn't even flub up that sentence a single time.
Engines are revving.
Engines are revving. We're firing on all cylinders. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. We are always asking for questions. And today, it seems as though the main topics are marriage and also new house, because those are some big life changes that we went through.
I mean, they're pretty major.
Those are like,
yeah.
And also Ollie, I was talking to Ollie recently because I was like, this was when I was breaking out in hives. I was like, oh my God, why am I breaking out in hives? And he was like, the most stressful things in life, death of a family member and moving.
Wow.
And I think my body was feeling it. But you guys, we have made strides. As of last night, we completely finished all the boxes.
Yeah.
Remember when I thought it was only going to take us a month to move in, and
Oh,
now
I
we're
remember.
at 3.5 months?
I remember laughing to myself, being like, that is like, ambition doesn't even describe doing all that in 1 month.
And you know what's crazy too is like we've been nonstop. Like
Nonstop.
every time we're not traveling, you guys, I am home, and Cal wakes up in the morning and goes, Sergeant, what am I doing today?
Yeah. Literally, it's general. What are my orders?
General, that's
yeah.
what it is. I'm not even kidding. But we've been nonstop, but it worked out perfectly because once I let the dream go of being done in a month, I obviously, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll see how long this takes. But my new dream after that was I would love to be done by our anniversary, because how nice would it be? Even our 1 year anniversary, as I said, is coming up this weekend. And so many people, do, whether it's like exciting big things because it's your first year of marriage, whether you take a trip or you do something really special. For us, we were like, let's just lay.
Yeah.
Let's eat some good food and let's enjoy the fruits of our labor of unpacking for the past 3.5 months and just like hang out with the girls. We'll go for a nice beach walk.
Yeah.
We'll eat some good food. We'll have some cake and just actually enjoy our new home.
Yeah.
As a new home. Even this last weekend, for the first time, we like laid for the morning, and Cal goes, this is the first time it's felt like a real weekend in this house because
for
we've
real.
been go, go, go.
Yeah, it was crazy because like I did have this moment. It was on like Sunday afternoon. It was like we were laying and we weren't feeling like super bad about it,
Yeah.
It was because like
Just a little bad.
when most of the rooms are done, you can start to kind of settle into more of a life routine.
For sure.
That's one of the things we really struggled with those first 2 months, was like there was so much just stuff everywhere, and none of the rooms were like even felt livable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously there's like living room and stuff, and there's couches, but when there's still like boxes and tasks to do and things to move around and things to purge, it's like I can't even like we don't know what the next day is gonna be.
Yeah.
Like there's too much to do, and then we'll be in the house moving things around until like 11 p.m. and then we're like, well, I guess we'll just lay in bed.
I guess we'll go
and,
to
like,
sleep.
be on our phones. Yeah.
I mean, also, we are so lucky that I was able to unpack this house and also make it. I was working while doing it.
For
like
real.
the people who also are going to their jobs from 9 to 5 and then coming home and unpacking and trying to settle into a new place. In the meantime, it felt like a huge hurdle to get over, because it wasn't even like the actual act of doing it. It was like, for me, the living and not feeling like I could have my routine, living
Yeah.
and not feeling like I wasn't surrounded by like just chaos, because for me, like my brain wasn't able to shut off. So I feel so zen now. My body has not been breaking out in hives, more than anything just for the mental aspect, because also I talk about it a lot with this job. This job is not hard by any means, but the only thing that is taxing for me is how your brain never shuts off, because there's always something to do. So that was my thing, where it was like it kind of that in tandem with the move and also my normal like workload that I have. I was like, oh my God, my brain was just going 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. But I feel like now finally I can rest, and I
Yeah.
feel like our house has really felt like a home. And yeah, our wedding photos are being hung as we speak right now. Shout out to Mario, who built our set
Shout
for
out
us.
Mario.
He's literally hanging our wedding photos for us right now. And even though it's been a year, I'm still hanging them because we didn't get to hang them up until now.
Also,
So-
they're they're fucking good photos.
They're
those
amazing
photos. Are bomb.
The photos are beautiful. It's our family. I personally am looking forward to having our walls covered in wedding photos. And then, you guys, I got them blown up and I opened them up and Cal goes, a lot of wedding photos.
A lot of wedding photos. Personally, in my mind, I'm like, these will be up for like a year, maybe
That's the
2,
thing.
and then they'll be swapped out.
Yes.
Like, let's just enjoy the what is the freaking word? The atmosphere or whatever. I guess just the feeling of being like, we got married. We're showing it now.
That's the thing. Yeah. I'm like, we would have normally, here's the thing, we got married June 14th. Had we not moved, they would have been up June 15th and they would have been up for the last year and then they would have come down. I did not get to experience that yet.
Yeah.
So I already told Jason, because he wants to come over to our house really soon. I said, just so you know, the house is currently a shrine of the wedding, which is almost perfect. It's like a museum of the wedding, the Parsons Polo Club. Give me a year and then we'll switch it out for like normal photos and it won't be so like, we got married. But I thought that was really funny.
We still haven't put that neon sign up from the night market. I cannot wait to put that up.
We're going to do
That's
that.
awesome.
We got the bar set up. We're going to do a big housewarming party soon. We just got to figure out when.
Okay, sometimes I'll be online shopping late at night, find exactly what I've been looking for, add everything to my cart, get all the way to the checkout, and then suddenly I realize I have no idea where my wallet is. The last thing I want to do is get up and find it. But then sometimes, like a little gift from the internet, I see that purple Shop Pay button because it just makes checkout so much easier. Everything is already there. I don't have to go digging through my purse for a card. I don't have to get up off the couch to go find my wallet. I don't have to reset a password, and I can check out in seconds. In a chaotic world of online shopping, it's one of my favorite things. And what's cool is that Shop Pay comes from Shopify, which is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. If you ever thought about starting your own business, Shopify makes it way less intimidating. They have hundreds of ready-to-use templates so you can create an online store that actually matches your style and brand. They're also packed with AI tools that can help write product descriptions, create page headlines, and even improve product photography, which is honestly amazing when you're trying to do everything yourself. Plus, Shopify helps you market your business with email and social campaigns, manage inventory, track analytics, process payments, and basically keep everything organized in one place. You're not bouncing between a million different websites trying to figure out what does what. And if you ever need help, Shopify has award-winning 24/7 customer support available whenever you need it. See less carts go abandoned and more sales go cha-ching with Shopify and their Shop Pay button. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/basic. Go to shopify.com/basic. That's shopify.com/basic.
Okay, wait. I feel like Crocs are one of those things that have fully become part of people's personalities now. Like everyone has their pair. Everyone styles them differently, customizes them, and I get it. It's just so easy. And they're unbelievably comfortable.
You guys know Remi loves Crocs, and if you saw, she actually gifted me some that she totally personalized. They were so cute. They're like this really pretty sage green. She added ribbons, all the little gibbets.
I've just been so nonstop lately. I've really been reaching for my Crocs classic clogs because they're the definition of easy on. I'm running out the door. I'm doing errands. I'm going to recording. I've also learned, you know what? Just put the heels in the bag, wear the Crocs there. Boom. It makes life so much easier.
Also, life hack. I have some that I have just for inside the house, and then I also have some that I like to wear outside the house, so that way I can have, the best of both worlds.
Once you start wearing them, you understand the obsession. But I also feel like what makes them fun is how you customize them. They're so customizable. They come in so many different colors, styles, and then you can add the gibbets charms, make them feel really personal. I swear the charms are like my favorite part because there's literally one for everyone. Cute, random, minimal, fun, nostalgic. You really can make them your own. I've also been loving that Crocs has so many different silhouettes now too. Like the classic crafted clogs are such a fun twist if you want something a little different, but still getting that same comfort. And honestly, I feel like that's why so many people love them. They fit into your everyday life so easily while still letting you show off your style and personality. It's giving comfort and self-expression at the same time. Visit crocs.com or a store near you to find your perfect pair of classic clogs. That's crocs.com or a store near you.
Okay, with that, let's get into these questions.
Let's do it.
I guess we'll start with the home questions and then we'll get into the marriage questions. Yeah. All right, let's get into this. There are a lot of questions, so we will do some rapid fire, and then if we need to elaborate, we'll elaborate.
All right.
What is a good/practical housewarming gift?
Jeez, I don't know. Do you have one? I don't really know. A towel? Like a hand towel? Like a
singular towel?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. A practical housewarming gift is like, hey, you may not have hand towels.
You know what? That
Here's
is
a nice
practical.
one.
You know what is a really fun gift? I guess, okay, it's not as practical. And here's the thing. I'm not usually buying practical gifts because
That's not your style.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like, I like to think of things that people would love, but not necessarily want to buy for themselves. I love buying someone a towel warmer. Yes, that's a really
that's so
random
true.
thing,
Yeah.
but that's something people don't want to buy themselves, but it really elevates your shower routine, which you're showering every day.
Yeah.
So that's something you can use every day. Alicia just told me that one of her friends for Christmas got her I think it was like 6 months of flower delivery. So like every month she got like a really nice
wow.
bouquet sent to the house. And I
That's
thought that was
so
so
nice.
beautiful. And they were like gorgeous. And I thought that was such a nice gift because that's something, again, like flowers add so much life and beauty to your house. But, just to get it shipped to your door, that's amazing. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, a towel is also a great idea, babe.
Like a nice hand towel you get from like, what, Anthropology?
Sure. Your sister got me some Hermes washcloths.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Pretty
Love
sweet.
that. Okay, next. What do you recommend for a first-time home buyer? There's so many things to know, and we are not the experts to tell you, but if I could tell you anything, save more than you think you need to save because moving is so expensive and there are so many things that come up that you don't necessarily think about that you have to pay.
Yeah.
Whether that be like, extra inspections or actually like moving costs, tips for the movers, tips for everybody that's coming over. And like, there were so many maintenance things that we had that we needed to do that we didn't even think about. So save more than you think.
Dang, you know what's crazy? When I heard this question, I was thinking about the process of home buying and how stressful that is.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of the home buying experience is just constantly going and looking at houses. And my advice would just to be like, one, inspections for sure.
Huge.
Gotta inspect the crap out of it. But also, one thing that I did a lot when we were like going through houses is I would try to imagine like, okay, us and like kids 10 years from now. Like, what does that look like in this house? What could that look like? And just like the best you can, like imagine like a place that fits us and like a potential family, like things like that. Like picture, because a home is a long-term purchase. Like it's like the biggest thing you're going to buy. So just, picture what that's like.
I think that was really helpful, your intel from that, because I was so set on so the house that we're in actually was not the house that we initially wanted. We love our house now, and every day Cal and I are like, thank God that first one didn't work out because like this is, and we'll get into the story later. It's a really funny story.
Yeah.
Initially, the house that I was looking at before that I fell in love with that we were watching for a really long time, it ended up selling to someone else and we didn't get it. We put an offer in, but we didn't get it. And looking at it now, it's a beautiful home, the other house that we didn't get, but I could not imagine having kids in it. And I was kind of only thinking in the present. Cal was thinking much more in the future, which was really helpful to kind of bring me back down to earth because I'm also like I can get very tunnel vision. That's something I'm working on too. And it was nice to have you be like, hey, even like now when I show people the house or even when I posted like a little like snippet of it on the vlogs, people in my real life and people on the vlogs commented like, oh my God, your house is going to be like great for prom pictures. Like that's the best prom staircase. And I was like,
thing. Yeah.
oh my, I didn't even think that far. Like even when I think about us having kids, I think about like babies right now. I'm not thinking about one day we're going to, hopefully God willing, have kids that are, in like, high school that are going to prom and we're going to take their photos. And like, that's so weird to think about.
Because like babies are one thing, but then it gets to a point where it's like, oh, it's a human being. Like it's a thing running around with its own freaking mind,
my
like
God.
doing things.
I can't think that
of its
far
own
ahead because I'll
volition.
stress.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. When they start driving, oh my God.
When they start driving, when they start deciding they're gonna like, you never know, build things in the backyard without us knowing. It's like, oh, you're just hammering into the side of the house. Okay.
Wait, were you doing
I don't
that?
know.
I've
No,
never thought that before.
you
in
never
my
know.
life.
I'm just saying it. Anything can happen. When kids
That's
have
so funny.
volition and they have a hammer, you never know what's gonna happen.
We're gonna hide the hammers. Okay. What did you look for during house hunting that made you decide it's your forever home, which is perfect for what we just were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, well, one thing we saw a lot of houses, but the very first one we saw, we were pretty dead set on, and I think it was a combination of the seller being so passionate about it and talking to us about all of these like details and like design philosophy behind what they were doing. I was like, okay, they really care about this house. Like it was made with a lot of care and everything. And then we go to the second house because our realtor was like, okay, there's a family living in this house right now, but they're okay with letting you guys see it right now if you're down. And we were like, okay, cool, yeah, let's do it. And we walk in, and it was just like there was just a warmer kind of aura walking in. I guess it's just, seeing like a family. It was a little weird. It's like, oh, there's this family like living here right now. I'm like looking at all their stuff. But it felt a little invasive, but like obviously, they opened their door to us. Like it was really nice of them. And their agent was walking us through this second house that we were looking at. One thing that really stood out to me was like it somewhat follows the formula of like these newer homes that have been built lately, but it kind of takes all of that and it feels like there's a more elevated feel to it all. Like it feels like someone went in and they really took the time to make everything feel so handcrafted. And like there's so many of these little details in this house that when we were going through it all, I was like kind of in awe of the amount of like it was just next level. Like there was like, for example, there's like these kind of stone I don't even know what you would call it, but like there's this kind of like stone tiling that borders all of the wood that leads outside. And they're like, oh yeah, they did this because in case water gets in under the doors, it protects the wood from future water damage. And I was like, that is like, you don't see things like that because, it's like just wood. It looks cleaner. Like that's like, I don't know. It's just one of those things. And it's just little things like that walking around. And I was like, wow, this is a home that's built to last. I really value future proofing. Mm-hmm. And that house is future proof.
It's really, really, really well built, which is obviously a dream when you're buying a home.
Yeah.
And Cal and I have very different taste in styles with like pretty much everything, I would say. And so the house, when we saw it, he was like, oh my God. We left. He was like, that's the most beautiful house I'd ever seen. And I agreed. I was like, it's a beautiful home, but it's just not exactly what I was imagining for us, like aesthetic wise.
Yeah.
And again, for me, I sometimes get tunnel vision. So, and we got to see it with all the we saw the kids' rooms because the family that lived there previously, I believe they had 3 kids, I want to say. I think it was 3. And so we saw their rooms and we obviously saw it set up for like babies, which was really cute. But also I was like, we don't have kids yet. It was, I don't know. In my mind, I was like, it's a beautiful home. It's just not exactly what I was picturing. And I still had my tunnel vision on that first house that I loved. And we saw a lot of houses also other than those 2. And we also weren't like really in the place to buy a house yet because we were still in our rental. We wanted to test out the area. We weren't in a rush. We were just like, oh, it's fun to look around and kind of start imagining. And then things worked out in the way that they did where the family actually ended up moving out. So they staged it. And our realtor was like, hey, do you want to see the house now with like their things gone? It will look different, obviously. And so we went back and saw it. And Cal was still like, this house is like, it's everything. And
I was like, this house is literally built different.
It's beautifully built.
Yeah.
And it's still beautiful. But there were just certain things where I was like, I don't know if I can get past these like design choices. There are certain things. But then, when I sat down, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? The most important thing is that a house is built well. And it's really funny because obviously we're in the house now and every day there are certain things that I wasn't loving before. Like for instance, I mentioned that the tile in the backyard, I was trying to cover it up. Now I love it. It's just, it's taken some time for me to just kind of live there. And my likes, I guess, have changed, or I do think the house flows so nicely. I think it's built so well. And I think something that's really cool about it is that I found out later when we did see the house the very first time, we were the first people to ever see the house.
Yeah.
I hadn't known that because the house hadn't gone to market yet. It was off market. And
crazy.
So we were the first people to ever see it, which I think is just so amazing. The family that sold us the house have been so kind and so sweet and just so gracious, and we're so grateful. And
they were like championing us the whole time.
They were
so
like,
they were really cool.
They're amazing. And they've just been so helpful also, like the transfer over. And we're just feeling like so blessed and lucky. And every time someone comes over to the house, like for instance, the contractor that came over and helped us with some of the little renovation things we did, he stopped me and he was like, I just want to let you know, like, I see a lot of houses. And he was like, this house has like a very special aura. He was like, there's something really special about the energy of this house. And I was like, wow, that's like so nice to hear from just, you know, strangers. So, because we feel it, but it's nice to hear from other people.
It genuinely, it feels so validating, especially when like, I guess like maintenance crews, like Mario, like people that come to like help us on projects. It's so validating to hear when they come in and they're like, they really did a lot of cool stuff with this house that you just don't see anymore. And I was like, that's so awesome. And like they would rave about how they built it, just how like sturdy it is. Like they were just like, wow, like this is, there's so much effort put into everything here. It's really cool.
I also give you your kudos because I was definitely dead set on a house that looked similar to our last house, like very angular, very like either black and white or very like, you know, very beige. And the house is very beige, but I feel like I'm really proud of the way that we've been decorating. It makes me really happy to have kind of unlocked a new idea of creativity. And it's been so fun to add like color and like warm tones and things, which I totally strayed away from for the past 6 years. So, or past like 10 years. So super excited.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like you've been doing a great job.
Thank you.
Being the interior designer. And I just wanted to say something really funny real quick while we were house hunting, because obviously that was the second house we ever saw. So obviously both of us are like, well, you never know what else is out there. We can't just like, I mean, for me at least, I was like, I'm not just going to be dead set on the second house the whole time. And I knew you weren't like a big fan, but it was so funny. Every house we saw after that one, I was like a fly buzzing in your ear. I was like, it's not that second house. This is just
And
not that
right.
second one.
You were right. You do. I say it on the podcast, by the way, when you're not here, you have much better taste than I do. And
That's
I know
not
that
true.
he does. You do. But I'm really happy that every day I feel like I find a new little thing that I'm like, wow, I'm falling in love more and more and more and more. And now I'm completely happy. And you were 1,000% right. What room are you most excited about finally having in this house? Or not even necessarily finally, because obviously I had an office at the last house. I have an office now. But what are you loving the most in the new house?
This is something that obviously, like, literally my whole life, I was like, man, it would be great one day to have this. And this house just happened to have a bonus room that was like meant to be a movie theater. And I was like, well, that is like the place I'm going to spend the rest of my life in. Just that is literally, I am going to become a groundhog and just be in the movie theater. I'm never going to pop out of there. Like, that's just what's going to happen. That's it. And it's been a dream come true. Truly.
Aw. I mean, you've had your friends over. You guys are always having a good time in there.
And they're just geeking out in there. They're like, this is so cool.
Actually, that's an exclusive because I haven't even shown the vlogs that yet, but we are working on that currently. For me, I think it's my office. I am so happy to have an office back because as someone who works from home and is like constantly working, it's so nice to have a place that's just mine that I can just close the door, do my calls, I can vlog. I decorated it exactly how I wanted. And it's got like little, you know, there's jelly cats galore, there's color, but it's also still very neutral. So I'm like, it's just my happy place right now. I'm so happy in that space.
It's so nice in there. I love it.
I love it. Thank you, babe.
It's so good. For like the first 2 months while we're moving, obviously, you were doing things in the kitchen, like on the island.
Yeah.
And we were just surrounded by like renovation crap everywhere. There's stuff all over the island. And in my head, I was like, how is she like, there's just so much crap. It's just got to be so unpeaceful. And then I go into your office now and I'm just like,
I think
it's
also
so zen in here.
curtains really change a space.
Oh, for sure.
It adds so much just airiness and like lightness and just it feels like you're floating. And so I added curtains to the office. We've added curtains throughout the house. And, you know, they don't need to be expensive. You can get curtains from Amazon. You can get curtains from wherever. And I know this is like a new thing. It's funny because like at one point also curtains like kind of went out of style because they're like, these are like, you know, it makes it feel old. If you raise the curtains to the ceiling, it makes the whole room feel taller. And I have been going for linen curtains. So they're really nice and airy and just like completely change
They're not
the space.
blackout, which is nice.
Oh yeah, we didn't do blackout either.
Yeah, they're not blackout, which was
So-
like honestly a really cool move. And one thing that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough with curtains is like sound. It just makes it feel a little more comfy. like when you're talking and like your voice isn't bouncing off of a wall. Like that's something you don't really consciously notice, but it's like when it's there, and now when you're talking, it's like it just feels more like I don't know, contained and cozy. Like that's a big element that curtains bring as well that I really like.
Couple more house questions. If money were no object, what is the very first thing you would add, renovate, or change about the house?
Jeez, that's a really good question.
I know. I know what my answer is.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your answer?
Okay, so I went to Home Goods the other day. So excited. I found the cutest leopard hand towel and bath rug.
Yeah, you told me
I was
about
like,
this.
oh, this is cunt. This is so cute. This is like so cunty. I'm so excited. I bring it home. I forgot every single bathroom in that house is blue.
Yeah.
And I love blue. I love blue. Not every single bathroom needs blue tiles, blue shower, blue light. Like everything is blue. Everything is blue. And so I would love to not have every bathroom be blue, but also it's not killing me to the point where I'm going to redo it. Like it's going to stay and it's totally fine. And also I'm so scared to retile things because just water freaks me out. So we're
Yeah.
keeping the blue bathrooms, but I would love to have, if money were no object and it were to be guaranteed to be done with no possible mold or water intrusion.
Wait, so you can't put a leopard print towel in a bathroom that has
I mean, I think it would
a
just
little bit of blue.
a little blue going. I think it would just be like a little crazy because the blue is not just also like solid blue, like it's all patterned blue. I just think the cheetah print rug with like the blue floral tile would be a little.
Oh,
much.
it was a rug.
It was a rug.
I kept thinking you were saying towel this whole time.
It was a towel and a rug.
towel and a
and
rug.
I was so stoked about it. But it's totally fine.
Hey, you have free will. You could just do it.
Throw the rug on.
Just throw it on there.
Maybe it will look good. You're right.
You never know.
I'll see. I think it's going back to the store, but we'll see. But that's everything in the house I've fallen in love with. The blue bathroom, I could change. How about you?
All right.
But I'm not dying to. It's okay. I'll leave it.
Mine's such a nerd answer.
Let me guess. The wiring.
Literally the wiring. And it's not even that big of a deal either. Right now, it's Cat 5e, and I just wish it would be Cat 6e. That's my answer. But that would take a lot of ripping out walls and ceilings, and that would be very expensive.
And what would the wiring do?
It's for internet and like literally everything. Literally everything that you need to connect in your life.
Our
would just be
Wi-Fi is
better.
already so fast. I personally think we're good.
It's just
But this is your answer.
future-proofing.
Future-proofing. But maybe
the one thing.
Here's the thing, future-proofing. Maybe one day in the future, Wi-Fi will get so fast for everybody, you won't even need that.
That's true.
You know? Even in
You
my blue
never
bathroom,
know.
I could have the fastest internet ever. Oh, I love this one. What's one thing you miss about your old house that you didn't expect to miss? For me, it wasn't like a physical or a tangible thing. I think it was just like the memories that we made there. We quarantined there. We got engaged in that, not in that house, but we lived our engaged life in that house. We wedding planned in that house. There's so many things that we, like big life events to little small life events, shot the cookbook there. Like there are so many big life events that we experienced in that house that we're so grateful for. And even before we like handed the keys over to the new buyer, we walked through together and we're like kind of reliving all of that. And I vlogged it, but I'm just keeping it for myself of just like, you know, it's so many beautiful things happen in that house. So many hard things happen in that house. And so I'm just grateful for the space and everything that it brought. Our
that
really
was-
nice neighbors.
That was
love our neighbors.
6 years, something like that. 5.5 years.
Yeah, 5.5 years.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of time. That's a
Yeah.
lot of growth, adversity, like all kinds of stuff.
We brought Momo home and Luna home.
Yeah, like I got really sentimental. I just get that way because it's weird being so like you're in a space for so long and then all of a sudden you're not anymore, and like you're not even allowed in there anymore technically.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's just it. Like moving on from that.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, it's like half freeing and half like
It's bittersweet.
bittersweet. Yeah, exactly. I feel really happy in the new house for sure.
Very chapter closed. On
Yeah.
to the next chapter.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we've endured our first chapter of marriage together. So let's get into those questions.
First year of marriage.
Shall we? First year of marriage. Okay. What is the best piece of advice you've been given related to marriage or love?
Here's the thing about me, I'm really bad at remembering advice. So I'm gonna hand this question off to you first, and I'm gonna think about it real quick. Because I can't remember a single thing right now as to what advice I've been given.
And
about
you know what?
this.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll come to you while we keep doing these questions.
I think so.
For me, I think, and this really clicked in, like I've heard it for so long. And again, we were like dating and engaged for 6 years. So I always heard it throughout that time, but it actually felt so much more real and clicked in this last year of the fact that we're a team. Like obviously when we were dating, I knew that we were a team. When we were engaged, I knew we were a team. But there's something different about the mentality of being a team once you're married. Like once the papers are signed and you're like, okay, this is like one of the biggest commitments you can make to someone. So for me, it's really felt like I've really locked in on the fact that we're a team. And again, like we've moved obviously, which is like a huge thing to do together. And we've experienced this first year of marriage together. Like we went through wedding planning together. Like there's so many things that went into it that I'm like, wow, that's my person. And again, I knew it, but it just feels so much more solidified now. And that's always something that I heard from people. And I wasn't expecting it to, I always thought, I was like, we're a team. But now it's just like, it brought on a whole new meaning for me.
Yeah. Marriage is, there's a lot of symbolic things about marriage, but I think the biggest thing is that you like, I'm trying to find the way to word this correctly, but it's the ceremonial aspect of it all, like the rings and everything. It's a very like outward statement that it's a forever commitment. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And the thing is, your individual lives don't exist anymore in a marriage. It's not my life and your life. It's our life. Like, that's what it is now, you know? Like, there's no more, like what happens, it happens to us. Like, it is us, we, like, the rest of the time. That's kind of what it is, you know?
Okay, I don't know if anybody else does this, but lately I've become weirdly protective of my nighttime routine. If I don't sleep well, I feel it everywhere the next day. My focus is off, my energy feels off, I'm more stressed. But recently I learned something really interesting. During perimenopause and menopause, shifting hormones can actually deplete the magnesium your nervous system depends on. And when magnesium levels run low, things like sleep, focus, mood, and stress tolerance can really be affected. That's what led me to Magnesium Breakthrough by Bioptimizers. It helps me feel more prepared for a restful night and helps me wake up feeling more refreshed. What stood out to me is that this isn't just some trendy supplement brand. Bioptimizers is PhD formulated, backed by more than 20 years of research and over 15,000 lab tests. And it's not just one type of magnesium. Magnesium Breakthrough contains 7 different forms of magnesium working together in one formula to support sleep, stress, energy, and recovery. I also appreciate that I don't have to piece together a bunch of different products. Everything is already combined into one simple supplement that easily fits into my routine. If you're ready to finally sleep great and feel like yourself again, head to bioptimizers.com/prettybasic and use my exclusive code PrettyBasic to get 15% off any order. You'll get great discounts, free gifts, and peace of mind of never running out. And Bioptimizers backs it with a 365-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. A full year, zero risk, because at the end of the day, Bioptimizers' mission is to empower everyone to live a stronger, longer, better life, and this is one of the best tools I've found to actually do that. Again, that's 15% off at bioptimizers.com/prettybasic when you use my code PrettyBasic. Make this the year you finally get your sleep, your energy, and yourself back.
Okay, I think we're all in agreement that the best part of going out is getting ready with your girls, right?
I feel like it's the truest form of girlhood.
Those pre-going out moments are when everyone is the most excited, you're finishing your makeup, and someone always ends up saying, wait, we need a getting ready drink.
Malibu just came out with Malibu Pink. Malibu Pink is basically summer in a drink. It's a bright pink rum with tropical flavors of
Guava, pineapple, and coconut, which just feels perfect for a girls' night getting ready moment. The energy just starts building before you even leave the house, which is why having something to sip on during during that time makes it even better.
You know me. I mean, I love coconut and I love pineapple, but I love guava. I'm not kidding. I got into like a 20-minute conversation this weekend with the girl about how much we love guava. I've been a guava fan since I was a baby, and Malibu Pink is amazing, especially if you mix it with lemonade. It makes it like a really refreshing and simple drink. Also, of course, you can just take it as a shot when your Uber is 2 minutes away. I love when a drink just fits the vibe of the night, and Malibu Pink totally does that. It's like the perfect girls' night drink. It's just delicious. It's fruity. It's perfect for summer, and it just makes everything a little bit more festive before you head out. So if you're planning a girls' night, getting ready for dinner, or heading out for the night, Malibu Pink is a fun one to bring into the mix.
Get ready with Malibu Pink and find it at a retailer near you. For additional information, visit MalibuDrinks.com and follow at Malibu Drinks US on Instagram or at Malibu Rum on TikTok. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly. Malibu Pink, white rum with tropical liquor, 21% alcohol volume, 2025, imported by Pernod Ricard, USA, New York, New York.
I feel like for you, it's really hard to kind of slow down and take these moments in. Like I was telling you yesterday, like you're achieving so much. It's hard for me to like take this all in. I'm like, dang, I keep buying flowers for these dang achievements. This is crazy.
Yesterday, he goes, "Oh my God, I can only buy so many flowers. This is crazy."
I know. I'm becoming a regular at our local flower shop. They're like, what did she do this time? It's crazy.
No, it's really sweet. I appreciate that. I really also appreciate this podcast because I'm someone who definitely works out my feelings and thoughts through conversations. That's why I'm like always talking to everybody all the time. And so I appreciate that I'm able to work out things. And maybe sometimes they don't come out the most articulate, or, sometimes it's like a stream of consciousness. But I'm grateful for this podcast because for the past 8 years, it lets me do that. But
there you go.
Okay, next question. Thank you, baby. How many kids do y'all want?
You know, it was crazy. I went to my barber. What was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
And he told me, like, just out of the blue, I see twins in your for you guys. I was like, what?
Well, anything Greg says is
or
right.
no, he opened it. He started by saying, "Do you have? Is there a lot of twins in your family?" And I was like, actually, yeah. He was like, "I see twins for you guys." I was like, that. What's crazy is people keep bringing that up. Yeah, isn't that crazy that like it kind of people keep telling us that.
I've always, before I even met you, I've always had a twin fascination.
Really?
Yeah.
I
just think twins are the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah.
There's two of them. They're so cute.
There's two of them.
There's two. I mean, it sounds exhausting and low-key like a nightmare, but also I'm like, there's two. That's so cute. But I've always loved twins, and so my whole life growing up, I'd always ask my mom, like, do we have twins in our family? And I have some twins in my family. You have a lot of twins in your family.
I know.
Like every line of your family has twins.
It's kind of wild. Should I like a quick breakdown? I mean, it's not. It's only like 3 instances, but it's a lot. It's crazy to have it 3 times.
Every line of like Cal's living family though currently like has twins. That's my dream. I would love to have twins, but also it sounds really scary.
I mean, my parents, speaking from experience, they were like, I mean, 2 at once is great, but it's double the work. Like,
not only 2 at once, they had you, and then they had 2.
Yeah.
So they had 3 kids under the age of 2, which already is beyond crazy.
They have war stories.
They do. Okay, but how many kids do you want, and how many kids do I want?
I mean, I feel like for me, the number changes every day. So I guess at the end of the day, for me, it's not important. Well, I guess what's important to me is just as long as there's more than one. I feel like for me, it like an only child is not, I don't want to say not enough for me, but I feel like that's, I don't know, that just doesn't fit how I view us having like the amount of kids that we have, I guess.
I've always said 2 my whole life. Then randomly I woke up and I was like, now I want 4. And then sometimes I'm like, 1 sounds really nice. Yeah. I don't want 3. But Cal came from 3. He loves the idea of 3. We'll see. Whatever happens, happens. But also 1 sounds pretty peaceful sometimes. Okay. Do you plan on continuing YouTube while having a family? Yes, actually, guys, you can check out our family channel that we're going to link down below. We're called the Parsons family.
Parsons family channel.
No, we won't be doing a Parsons family channel. My plan is to just continue exactly what I'm doing right now. I always said when I got a boyfriend or got a fiance or a husband, like I never wanted it to become a couples channel. I always wanted it to be my thing. Cal so graciously will step in here and there when I need him, or if he, well, you're never asking to be on camera. That would be crazy. But you know, if I'm like, hey, do you want to show them what I got you? Like we just went shopping and I got you some nice shoes. Or if I'm like, hey, I want to do a Q&A, will you help me? Then Cal will of course step in. But it's the Remi show. And sometimes Cal's a reoccurring member.
That is literally the title of, or the name of your channel. It's Rem Life.
Life.
It's your life.
Did you know the lore that I originally made the channel More Miss Remi, but I spelled Remi wrong? And so then I was like, well, I guess I'll just do Rem Life then. Because I was too lazy to change my email.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so wild.
I like Rem Life more.
Rem Life's great.
Also, because then I want to change more Mrs. Remi. That doesn't flow. Okay, next one.
True.
Do you ever get tired of people asking questions about baby / having kids / what's next?
No, I feel like that's like, when you get this old, that's just a normal question you hear. Just like, all right, when's that question coming, you know?
To be honest, not many people ask me in real life. I am tired of people speculating online that I'm pregnant because I'm not. You see me guzzling the cocktails. I don't understand where that's coming from, but that is beyond me. Like and that's a whole other conversation of like, we need to stop asking women or like guessing that women are pregnant or like that's just crazy to me. But
that is like so weird.
I thought we got past
it's so weird.
I thought we got past it with Rihanna at the Super Bowl when we all were like, but no one's saying anything. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, maybe she is, but we're not going to call attention to it as she's rubbing her belly. We're like, well, no one's going to say it. I thought that's where we are at now, but apparently we're not. But yeah, no, I mean, people in real life are not asking me. Clock it. What's been the biggest change in your relationship after getting married?
It's just mentality. It's no longer me, it's us. So everything that happens to me happens to us. I don't know. It was just one of those things. And moving. That's been the craziest change.
No, I totally agree. It's the mentality of that we're a team now. Not that we weren't before, but like really solidified. Like it's us against the world. You, me, Daisy, Momo, Luna. And it's just us 5.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. Okay, next question. Have there been many hardships since getting married? I guess that could mean really anything that's brought, I guess, stress to the relationship. My mind goes to like fights or like we were talking about earlier. We're like, we don't really fight. We just kind of bicker.
We do. But you know what's funny though? I was given the questions earlier. There was one about like differences in decor taste. We did have a bit of a fight about our difference in decor taste.
You really wanted to bring that one up.
Yeah. We were talking about it on the car ride there, and we were both like, I guess that was our last fight. And I was like,
oh, our
like,
last fight.
Yeah.
I would say our biggest fight in marriage so far happened probably 3 days ago. Do you want to go into detail?
I was just saying how I wasn't a fan of I was reading too much into a art piece that you got, and you got really mad at me.
Okay.
No, I said it. I was.
Yep.
I was being really annoying about it.
We got through it.
And then you were like, "Don't be a dick," and I was like, "I'm sorry."
I think the problem that we have a lot. Well, sometimes you have a monotone voice, so things come out like in like a very stern way, where I'm like, "Hey, what you're saying, I understand, but maybe we could say it with a little inflection so that I don't think that you're being mean to me."
So I've adopted the Valley Girl accent. So that's what I'm going to be doing from now on.
Exactly. If it's something like I was like, look, I hear what you're saying, but could you just say it in a nicer tone, please?
Yeah.
And then we can have a conversation about it versus me saying that was mean and leaving the room.
Yeah.
Actually, I found a question that says, what's the biggest argument you've had in the first year of marriage and how did you work through it? As I said, it was probably 3 days ago. But something that I think we're doing much better. Well, something that I think I'm doing much better now, because you're always pretty chill. You say something and then I get mad and then we work through it by the end of the night. But growing up, whenever I got into arguments with my family, I was like, we need to fix it right now. We need to fix it right now. I can't have you be mad at me. Like, let's figure this out right now on the spot, which I've learned is not the most conducive way to work through a disagreement, because emotions are heightened, you kind of like, you're just working off of what you're feeling
Yeah.
versus like coming back down to earth and being like, okay, why do I feel this way? Why did that hurt my feelings? Why am I triggered? You know, was it the tone? Was it what they said? Why is this a deeper thing within me that I'm being bothered by? Am I being too sensitive? So now what I do is, you said the thing and I said, don't be a dick. And I walked away.
Yeah.
I was like, that was me. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
And I walked away. And then I thought about it and I was like, okay, why do I feel this way? Like, let me cool down before I go in and talk to him about like why that hurts my feelings. Because that's something that I don't like. That's not how I used to handle arguments by any means. And so now we were able to work through it really quickly. And I was able to convey to you not only like why the words hurt, but like it was more so than anything, it was the tone. Because again, I was like, hey, what you said totally makes sense, but like the way that you went about it made me feel dumb and made me feel like you don't think I have good taste or you don't think that I like was observant in any way.
Yeah.
So we were able to work through it really quickly in that way. But that's something that it's taken like a lot of time and therapy to get through of like, because for me, I think it's like the people pleaser in me / also just like not wanting people to be mad at me where I'm like, let's just fix this as soon as possible. But then it would end up with like, when you're working off of like such heightened emotions, it's like you actually don't get anywhere. And then it's like, then other things get brought up. And then it's like, it's just like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
So.
I was going to say, like, I do like kind of the same thing, or I used to, where I would make you really mad. And then I would immediately be like, I'm so sorry. I would kind of like not leave you alone until I got like it's okay from you. And I realize now I'm like, no, we both need a cool down period. I need to leave her alone or I'm going to make her more mad by trying to like say I'm sorry 50 times. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to I was like, oh, I made her really mad. I'm going to go to the garage in shame and just think about what I did. I'm going to put myself in timeout. I was like, I'm going to just, like, chill. I'm going to give her space. I'm not going to be annoying anymore. I'm going to wait until, we're all good. Yeah.
Then we
and
worked
that's
it
exactly
out.
what I did. Yeah.
We worked it out. We went to bed, and I had a beautiful bouquet of flowers on my kitchen counter the next morning. Okay, next question. With Cal now working alongside you for editing, etc., how do you separate work from personal life? In case you guys don't know, Cal actually works with us on Basically Unfiltered. You've been working with us for about 1.5 years now, I would say. Do you want to give a little spiel as to what you do on the day-to-day? Because I feel like people don't really know.
It's kind of a fluid position because I was brought on basically to do all of the Patreon content, like literally everything. And now it's become kind of a like, not just
hybrid.
Patreon. Yeah, not just Patreon, but also like podcasts. I guess, what would you call it? Like co-producer?
Yeah, you're like producing the podcast a lot. You're also, he films all of our Patreon content. Which, in case you guys don't know, we have a Patreon for Basically Unfiltered. We make really good content over there. It's like we're doing fun things. We're going on trips, so Cal will travel with us. And it's really fun. I was talking to one of my girlfriends who doesn't work with their partner. Like, their partner has a completely separate job. She works from home, so she's home all day. She's like, wow, I really only see my fiance, like, a few hours out of the day. And I was like, wow, Cal and I are together 24/7. Now that we live much farther from the studio too, like on days where you're coming, you're driving, and then you drive home with me in tow. We're at home working all the time together. We go on these trips. You're there, and luckily, it's always really good. I think like we are just a really we're a good match. We get along so well. I still look forward to I wrote this in my vows, but I get excited to just sit in the car with you and drive anywhere. But it definitely also brings on a different set of challenges than couples who don't work together. And so something that we've kind of been going through lately, which we worked through it and we kind of figured out. I actually talked to one of my other girlfriends who works with her husband as well. And I was like, hey, how do you navigate this problem? Because it's a newer thing for us, is trying to decipher when you're coming to me to vent about work or vent about life as your wife or as your boss. And so we've been kind of trying to navigate that, because sometimes you come to me with a problem, you're like, oh, this is bothering me at work. And I'm like, okay, let me step in and problem solve. But you're like, no, it's not that big of a deal. I just want you to, instead of having your boss hat on, I want you to have your wife hat on. So it's just taken a lot more communication of when you're coming to me with a problem, it's like, okay, wait, first off, what do you need from me right now? do you want me to just listen, or do you want me to like, do we want this to be a team meeting? Do you want, because sometimes I also was getting a little resentful where I was like, okay, before we figured out this like hat switching personality thing, it was like, okay, well, I feel I want to make it better, but then I also want you to talk to Heath, Alicia, and Zane also, because right now I feel like I'm taking on the stress of these problems of an employee, and I want to make sure things are right, but also like we're trying to figure all that out. So we're now in a really good spot where it's like just uber communication. And then also something that my girlfriend told me, who works with her husband, that I thought was so smart, was because they also work in their house, she was like, make your office or make his office or make a certain part of the house where you talk about work. So even if you're like upstairs in your bedroom, you're making the bed and you're like, hey, I have a work thing. It's like, okay, let's pause. Let's go down to the office. Let's talk about it. Yeah. And then when we're at the kitchen table, we're not talking about work things. When we're in the bedroom, when we're in the garage, we're not talking about work things. Like it's only one designated area of the house. And I was like, wow, that's such a nice, like actual,
it's really helpful,
compartmentalized mental shift.
Because now I'm like not thinking about work as much unless we go to the spot and it's like, okay, now it's like, let's like talk and discuss and like think about it. Yeah.
And I think it's nice too, because then if you're like talking to me about a work thing, but we're at the table, dinner table, we're eating dinner, then I'm like, okay, we're just like venting about our work days. Because also you deserve every right to also vent to your wife about your work job, even, or your job, even if I am technically your employer.
Yeah. Simple as that. I don't really have anything else to add, really. But it is kind of funny. Like, I'm only helping with like what feels like a 10th of what you do on a day to day, and I have problems, and it's like, oh, she has like literally a million other things going on.
No, but it's still your job, and everyone's got work problems. That's such as life.
I know, but it's just crazy.
It's just crazy. Have either of you had a moment this year and thought, wow, marriage is harder than I thought?
Not really.
No.
It's been pretty sick.
Marriage is easy. No, I'm just kidding. I know also once kids get brought in, like it's going to take on, it's a whole new beast. But this first year has been really great.
Yeah.
It's been really chill. It's been fun. How does it feel when you're with the right person?
Right.
Okay, King.
Yeah.
Okay. Poetic King.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd say it's easy.
Yeah.
And fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Even when we bicker, like then we like wake up the next day and we're like, that was funny.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just got married on May 4th. How did you start your name change process and how long did it take? You guys,
Christ.
it's a year later. I'm still having problems. I think we started literally like June 17th, like the next week we started. And I don't think it was quote unquote solidified until November. And I'm still having problems. I have to go redo my TSA pre-check because for some reason that's just like still not working. I have to give a shout out though. I think it's called Namely is the service that I used. And that made it a lot easier, but still it's a very long process, and I think that they should make it significantly easier. It is easier to get a goddamn gun than it is to change your last name, and I think that's
so fucking true.
Insane. Next question. Guys, I'm going to be honest. There's some wedding questions, and I know I said we were going to do wedding questions, but I kind of forget. Like the wedding plan, like as soon as we were done with that wedding, every wedding planning tip went out of my brain.
Yeah. I would say just hire a really good photographer because that's the best and easiest way for us to look back and be like, oh yeah, like wasn't that sick? Like wasn't that awesome?
That or also like if you don't want to get, I think a photographer, I agree, is like the most important thing to invest your money in because you will inevitably forget the night because you're just like, what is going on? But to have the photos back, it's nice to jog your memory. Like, oh my God, I was there. Wow, I guess I did live that. And you don't necessarily need a videographer, but something really sweet that Abby did was she bought like a little camcorder and then you could give it to someone, your family, pass it around, give it to someone in the bridal party or the groom's party. And like at Abby's wedding, we were doing like full on interviews of people with like our phone lights and just like getting those memories because video is also so nice to have. So,
but for me, I think if you're gonna record anything at your wedding, record the ceremony.
Really?
I think just record that. Yeah, I feel like that's like that's the thing. That's the wedding.
I actually think the speeches.
Yeah.
I personally, I loved our ceremony, but to have the speeches filmed of our parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
And friends, but especially parents, like to have that forever. I like hold that so closely to my heart.
For sure.
All right, let's do a couple more. Prenups, still pro. How do you go about asking for one? How did I ask you?
I like we just knew we were gonna do one.
That was also a conversation that I had with you. I don't remember how exactly I brought it up, but I brought it up before we even got engaged. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, that was something that I knew that I wanted, and I think that everybody, whether you know, no matter what, should have a prenup. I think that it protects you and also protects your partner. So it was something that I brought up like when we were still dating, which like, hey, we started talking about the idea of getting engaged, and it was like, hey, just so you know, this is something that's important to me. Like, how do you feel about it? And that was something that I felt. And then also, you were like, totally cool. Like, sounds good. It was a very easy conversation. I've had friends in my life where it wasn't as easy of a conversation. And yeah, I don't have any more thoughts on that other than.
I don't know. I just feel like if you love your partner, like I don't see why a prenup is a bad thing. In my opinion, it's just I don't know. I forgot what I used to say about prenups. Because I remember that was like something that was talked about. That's the thing about stages of life, right? Like when you're engaged and getting ready to be married, you're talking about prenups all the time. Now we're not.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't even remember what we were talking about with prenups.
This makes sense. But I remember when I found out, I was like, oh, when you get a prenup, you both need your own individual lawyers because obviously I have my lawyer representing me and you have your lawyer representing you. And I didn't know what was going on at your camp. I only knew what was going on at my camp. Was your camp was she like chill? How was that process for you?
I just remember her being like this, like prenups are just like kind of a normal process of marriage. Because at the end of the day, marriage is a contract that you're signing. So you might as well have some protection on both ends if that contract is broken in any way.
Yeah. It was honestly like a really cool learning experience. Like there were so many things that I didn't even know about that I learned through that process. One last question. What does forever feel like? I think that's cute. You're scared?
Forever?
I thought it was
I don't
cute.
know. I don't know. I don't want to think about the infinity of the universe.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
what I think of when I think of forever. Sorry.
What does forever with each other feel like?
I don't know. We're just getting started.
So beautiful. So beautifully said. I think that it feels exciting. I feel like we're on a roller coaster, but we just like zoom, the safety guards just came down.
The things came down.
You know what I mean?
We're getting ready.
We're about to start.
It's going.
But we're also so lucky, and I've been talking to you a lot about it, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think it's probably because I'm well into my 30s, but it's,
well into her 30s.
It's this like gratefulness for everything that we've gotten to experience and for what's to come, and also on top of that, to have our family like around us and our friends around us. But even I've been talking to Alicia about it a lot because obviously Ash is getting married, and how I'm so excited for them to be able to experience the wedding process and the actual wedding itself, not only for Ash, but also for Alicia, because I'm like, you get to see, Ash and their dad dance together. And that's something I'm sure they've thought about since they were little girls. And, see their mom and their parents can give a speech or whatever it is that they want to do. And it's these things that you've thought about for so long. Like I just talked about it, but Kay's baby shower was just this last weekend, and she was opening the presents, and I had this like out of body experience. I'm like standing next to her dad, and her mom's there, and her niece is running around and like bringing the presents to her. And like her family at this point is like, it's their second family to me. Like I've known them obviously since I was a kid. And it's not like Kay and I have talked about like, oh my God, our baby shower is funny. That's not something we talked about, but it's definitely something that was almost just kind of implied. You know what I mean? Like, these life events we're going to experience together. And I'm just so grateful that I get to be there, and her parents get to be there and are still here with us. And, that we get to, that we're still friends, and I get to watch her open these presents surrounded by so much love.
Yeah.
And it's like such a moment of gratefulness, but then I get really sad. Like I was driving home and I was like almost gonna cry because I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
Like we'll never have a baby shower for her first baby again. And so I've been feeling a lot of that lately. Like even our wedding, it's like everything is so fleeting and it's like
It comes and goes.
it comes and goes. And I really have to remind myself to be as present as I possibly can. But it's also really hard to do. Even like the wedding, I talk about how like I was so stressed at our wedding and just like so overwhelmed. But now I'm like, if I had the knowledge and like I knew then what I know now, I would have had so much more fun. It was just like, but that's not how it works.
You can't freeze a moment. You can't freeze time. One thing I will say, I don't know like how often people do this, but something that I've caught on to recently that I do with like friends and family during like big moments is I will like stop and I'll pause and I'll like acknowledge it. Like for example, on our wedding day, there was like a moment with my best friend Russell where I was just like, dude, I got married. Like we sit in it for a moment, we acknowledge it, and we're just like, it kind of forces you're kind of forcing yourself to take it in, like this is really happening.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's like a pause,
Yeah.
like in your own mind, not like you're pausing, you're like acknowledging this is really happening. Like this is my moment of appreciation that it is, I guess, in a way. Like me and my friends do it all the time. Like Russell said it to me on his wedding day. He was like, dude, this is happening. I'm getting married. And I'm like, yeah, man. And you look great doing it. Like it's just one of those things of like a quick acknowledgement, like in the moment.
Yeah.
It helps keep you in the moment.
I love that.
Yeah.
I've had a couple times like that throughout my life. I need to do that more. I did it a lot as a kid. I remember one specifically where I was like walking around. My parents took us to like, I think we were somewhere in the Bahamas. And there was that song, The Dog Days Are Over, was playing. I remember standing there being like, I'm going to remember this song and this pier for the rest of my life. And I did.
There you go.
I did. And I think it's like correlating a song or like a smell or a moment with like a period of time. Cool. I'm going to start doing that more.
We're really recording a podcast right now.
Wait, can you
I'm Pretty
believe
Basic.
it's happening right now?
That's crazy.
It's like
Yeah.
you've never been on this podcast before
I
either,
know.
which is like so crazy.
It's so wild.
For
On the new
first time.
stage. Or I keep
You know
calling it a
what though?
stage.
It is. It's your first time on
Yeah.
the new stage.
There you go.
And we're talking about our 1-year wedding anniversary.
Talking about love.
Love. With that, we love you. Thank you
We
guys
do
for
love
listening
you.
to this episode of Pretty Basic. Thank you, Cal, for coming on for real.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being married to me for almost a year. Can't
Thank
wait
you
for
for
our
being married to
anniversary.
me for almost a year.
Of course. Best year of my life.
Damn right. Me too.
Love you guys. With that, we'll catch you guys next week with another episode. We love you. Bye.